Welcome back to another Waterfowl Wednesday. Today is a video that you guys have all been waiting for, and you guys love when I do an update like this. This is my boat paddle. This is my trusty little duck gun that I have been using for years and years and years. I bought this in December of 2017. It was a while ago. Long story short is, you guys actually helped me purchase this gun. I was in a pickle. I had a Benelli Supernova that I got for Christmas the previous year. I absolutely loved it. And unfortunately, as a stupid college student, I left my gun in my vehicle and it got stolen. So I was duck gunless during duck season, and you guys were really awesome and threw some money together on a GoFundMe, and I was able to put this new gun to use. So I really want to say thank you to everybody who did that, because back then you know, I couldn't rub two nickels together. So if you guys are liking the waterfowl content every week on Wednesdays, make sure to hit the subscribe button and drop me a like. And let's go ahead and drop down in the comments. I want to hear some of your guys' favorite guns that you like to use for duck hunting. I'm kind of on a little gun kick for the month of April, and I feel like it's kind of fitting for me to talk about my favorite duck gun that I've used. Go ahead and drop down in the comments what your absolute favorite gun you've used in the past is. 2017, what was that? So December of 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This December is going to be 7 years of use with this thing. It doesn't seem like that long. So here's my setup that I really like. This right here is the Carlson's mid-range cremator non-ported choke tube. So this is, it lives in my gun. The only other times that I would take this out, I mean other than to clean it, is to put an improved cylinder in for dove hunting, or putting a full choke in for turkey hunting. So that is my favorite tube that I've put on it. I haven't done a whole lot of experimenting with a lot of them. It's just the one that I got. I like it, and it works really good. I think that the true test to a duck gun is putting it in my hands and letting me use it for 7 years. This gun has been on field hunts, marsh hunts, in the layout boat, in the Invisiman. Like any type of hunting I've done, this gun has gone through it. Up here, we've got the mid-range Carlson's choke, and then we've got this bead. This bead is kind of on its last legs. I fixed it and it seems to be holding, which I'm happy about, but the little orange piece in here did fall out, and I put a little bit of super glue and super glued that back in there. Hasn't fallen out yet, but I'm waiting for the day I'm pulling up my duck gun to shoot at a duck and that little orange piece isn't in there. Light rust all over the barrel. The shot cam definitely doesn't help with the rust situation, because if that comes off, you'll just see like clamp marks on there from the rust. This gun is at the point now where I don't really care about surface rust. I'll just wipe it off. You know, it's so far gone at this point. Who really cares, right? Rib is bent. Light rust. One thing about this that I wasn't super happy about, just maybe it's my gunslings or what, but when you put a sling on the attachment right here, it'll rub on the metal. So if you're really picky about, you know, your gun being pristine, watch out for that, because it was taking the finish off around the edge just from the little screw part of the gunsling attachment. So be careful of that if you want your gun to be nice. Then all the way back, everything's pretty much the same except for the charging handle, which they did fix. I had like one of the very early SX4s where the charging handle would fall out, and there was a turkey season where mine did fall out, and I had used my truck key to load and unload my gun. Got that fixed. It's a Briley's charging handle. Big safety, big bolt release. Everything back here is great. The recoil pad, it's showing a little bit of wear, but it's not dry rotting really. I mean, right in this corner is a little bit, but it's probably just from being rubbed leaning in a blind. So overall, that looks good. Cosmetically, the only things that are wrong with it is it's rusty and it's a little beat up. That's about it. I don't even know how many rounds I've shot through this thing, but it's a lot. There have been a lot of rounds shot through this shotgun. It's been reliable. It's been probably one of the most reliable guns that I've used. And every time that I put a shell in this gun on a hunt, I know that it's going to cycle and it's going to fire. That is some of the most important things to me when I'm out there in the field, because if I can't have a gun that, if I have a gun that doesn't cycle or it doesn't like to fire, or a fire and then not cycle, that's a big problem, because you guys like to watch me hunt, and having a single shot really doesn't help out the cause for making a hunting video where, you know, missed opportunities kind of suck. So that's why I really like this Winchester. Like, it's been incredibly reliable to me. I think the only times that it doesn't cycle for me, or it has not cycled in the past, is if it's a little bit dirty, or, you know, it just, I can tell sometimes when it's a little slow, it's a little sluggish, it needs some lube and some cleaning. Or on like dusty days, like when I take it to Texas to crane hunt, I'm really kind of careful about that, because I've had a lot of sand blow in there and it just sounds all gritty. So you got to make sure that in those type of situations it's clean. But overall, like if you're just going to your standard marsh layout boat hunt, or sitting in an A-frame in a field, like, you should not have an issue with it cycling. I absolutely love the layout of this gun. I love the giant safety. I love the giant bolt release. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that the old bolt fell out and I put this Briley's in, because it's awesome. Every button is big, it's easy to use, easy to find. And if you guys have ever hunted out of a layout blind or in a layout boat, what I do, I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but you know, do what your hunter safety instructor told you to do. Personally, when I'm sitting in a layout blind, I've got my finger on my safety. It's not in the trigger, it's just, I'm looking, and I'm feeling my gun. I get my hand right here on the safety. So then as I'm coming up, I grab safety off shoulder and shoot. So having that giant safety button is actually really nice. The gate for loading shells, it's a little thing, but man, it doesn't hang up on my thumb. I can just load, and nothing gets stuck on my Weatherby, and even in that Benelli M2 20 gauge, I have that issue. So really smooth loading. Honestly, I love the SX4 so much, and I should probably say that I'm not sponsored by Winchester. This is just truly honest feedback. I didn't expect this gun to last me 7 years with how often I hunt and how much I don't clean my guns and the crap that my guns go through. I'm very surprised that this gun is still here and in service. So that just is a testament to how good this gun is. I know how important it is to you guys to spend your money wisely and buy a product that you know is going to last. And I really want to make this clear to you guys, that my personal experience with the SX4 has led me to the point where I'm almost ready to buy another one. Just because this one, you know, it's seen better days, but I think a can of spray paint could do wonders for this thing, and it'll give it all new life. Gas operated, really good controls. Like, everything about this is awesome. Now, comparing it to a Benelli, I don't have enough experience with the Benelli to really care. The 4 biggest points for the SX4 is the reliability aspect of it, the large controls. It's really easy to load shells into it, and it's actually pretty lightweight, and the shoulder is really nice. I love the feeling of this, and I think you guys have noticed on the videos, like, people have commented before, they're like, I'll go shoot another gun for a couple of weeks and bring this one back out, and they're like, man, why'd you even put that away? Like, you are dead nuts shooting that thing. So for me, shoulders and swings, amazing. Now, the only thing that I wish that was done better or done differently with the SX4 is the bolts and how that all operates. So when you go to unload this gun, you have to pull this back, and then if there's another shell in, it'll slide forward, and you just keep going until they're all gone. I wish that I could lock the bolts open without another shell feeding into the barrel. So like I do on the Benelli, where I pull that one out, put it sideways, stick it in, and then it's open, safe, you know, I didn't have to fully unload, but there's no round in the chamber. So there's no way to do that with the SX4. You're either fully loaded or fully unloaded. You can't just take one out and then leave the two in the tube. That's the only thing I wish that was different about this gun, but everything else, man, I think I bought this thing for like 850 bucks, maybe 900 tops. So a sub $1,000 semi-automatic 12 gauge that has just been awesome. If you guys are looking for a new gun, seriously, take a look at the SX4. It's been a fantastic gun for me, and I'm sure it will be for you. If you guys use an SX4, drop it down in the comments. I want to hear you guys' thoughts, see if you guys have the same things to say that I have to say, and if people are looking to buy an SX4, they can read your comment down below. But that's it for today. Make sure to leave me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and stay tuned for the next Waterfowl Wednesday coming next week.